say I want to go over the Poon sole right from the very beginning, and let's have a look at essentially what our Poon sole is. Alright, so we know we've got the tan and we've got the wu. So we have the tan and we have the wu, and we're going to put them together. So we've got two structured flows because you can either intersect with the tan or you intersect with the wu. What we're going to do for the first one, I'm going to put the tan with the wu. Alright, so all that happens, if I just take just two hands here, there's the wu, there's the tan. There's the tan, there's the wu. So what's going to happen is that there's the tan becomes the wu. That's your first structured flow. So essentially what's happening here is that we're creating a spiral flow with the tan coming from the wu. Alright, so if we just see it just on the single hand with Steve here. Now, why do we need it as a spiral flow? Because basically what I'm trying to do is that I'm going to try to take out the power from the other person's bridge if we're using a spiral flow, because the spiral flow creates the distortion that we're looking for. So from this position, it doesn't really matter how hard Steve pushes onto me. If I create a spiral flow, what I do is that I'm able to deflect the energy so that I can secure it with the wu. Alright? So what happens is that I'm on the other side, the same thing. Let's keep the hand there. Now, what happens if he presses down from here, I open with the tan. Yes? From the tan position from here, it carries on pressing down. I open, I close with the wu. So I open with the tan, create a distortion on the elbow from the spiral, step into the position, and then close off with the wu. That's what happens when we use one single roll, using the tan and the wu. Right, any questions? Okay, so what I want you guys to do, practice, is that if you've got a press on your hand from the single roll, first what I do is that I need to open the position. So tan means to disperse, it means to open. So what I need to do is that I need to open a position. Alright, so from here, now watch this, when we open from the elbow, open up from the root into his elbow. So as soon as you put any pressure, I open up. It's not a lot, press as hard as you want, it's not like a lot he can do once I've opened up the elbow. So once I've opened up the elbow, I step into that position to go into the wu. Same thing, if you're on the cross hand, if he puts the pressure in, I open up. Now open up with gong. I don't want you to do at this stage is to bring the energy back into yourself, because I don't want it into your own centre. So the first thing I do is that when we use the tan, what happens? It goes up. So the first, any pressure, take it up. Then take it into him so that we maintain the gong on his elbow. Presses, open up from here, and then close off with the wu. Alright? So when we're looking from the point, pressure?
I mean, basically, if I was pushing on you like that, you can either take it off by effectively raising your hand,
yes,
or you can do it by dropping your elbows.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, true, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, okay, so let me just elaborate now on that thing here. Now, on this position, when I've got pressure into my bridge here, I've got two choices. Like I said, take it up for the deflection or drain it down the elbow. Alright? If I drain it down the elbow, I must have my shoulder unlocked. Yes? So if you want to take him past you, you drain it, you push as hard, then what's going to happen is that he's not going to be able to get energy into my centre. Yes? Alright, so, thank you. So what's going to happen is that if we look at what position we get to get into the double, you're not going to have the double unless you get inside of his gate. So what happens when he throws a punch, if I'm outside of his gate here, then obviously I'm only going to have the single. But what happens if he throws the other punch, when I get in a position from here, is that I may need a double from here because I'm inside of his gate. So if he grabs my other hand, I've got a position where I've got a double from here. So what's going to happen from this position, but because he's grabbed my hand, the first thing that happens is I open up into a tan. Okay, you can see from this position? Now, what happens if you're in the wu position, you open up into the tan. Yes? So what happens if he grabs my wu, from here, you always open up into the tan. Yes? Then you can come out. So when you do the cycle from the wu, it's always wu, tan, wu. Yes? So when he grabs my wu position, the first thing I do is that I bring it down to the tan. Alright? So what happens if he throws the same punch again and I intercept from here? The first thing I want from this position is that I'm not really focused on this particular pressure from here, because from here I could always just change that into a woo to hold that position, and because of where it is, it's just going to roll over my head so without even having to use the bong, okay? But if it puts a lot of pressure on it, then I use the bong to redirect the energy in order to get the lap. So after you have the interception, I'm only focused on his centre, but I'm moving away from his centre because I want to create the opening with the tan. What I want to do is I want to open up this space from that elbow there before I go into the woo. So it's not about trying to go straight into the woo without opening or taking a position on his elbow, okay? Otherwise you're not going to have the structure, or there'll be too much pressure on your woo. Yes? Any questions?
So what pressure are you putting on Steve when he's when you're up here and you've got this arm under here that is stopping him from just coming in with the other hand?
Okay, when he throws the punch, the first one is I want to take out the centre from here. So what's happening is that I'm taking the energy all the way up so that I've got a floating position. So what happens is that I'm trying to run away or move away from the other hand. So at the moment, I've got a flank position so that as soon as he makes the move, obviously, I'm in a better position. So that's why I want you to step out to the flank. When he throws a punch, I don't want you to stay here because obviously the hand's going to come straight away. So what happens when he throws a punch, the first thing I do is that I want to move away from the other fist, hold the centre. From this position, obviously, there's no point in hanging on. You might as well just take the flank straight away. Yes? Alright, so what I want you guys to understand is that when we do the structure flow, you've got your tan becomes into the woo becomes into the tan, and I want you to do a cycle. Alright, so if you watch where the positions are, I don't want you bringing it all the way over here, it just stays at the shoulder line. Yes, you can bring it wide, but it comes down on the shoulder line. So when you're practicing it, I want you to bring this down on the shoulder line. I don't want to take it across because then you get position for him to take you from his elbow. So I want you just to bring it down, get the pressure applied, and then move up. Make sure you've got your root pressure coming up so that you can apply the pressure from the root into his centre. Okay, so I just want to elaborate on a point that we picked up. Just really go over when do we use the bong sole on the single roll. So we're doing the tan woo. We only need to go into the bong if he's got overwhelming pressure, because the reason I need to take the energy that's coming into me to actually redirect it. Now, what I'm not doing is just redirecting it anywhere. What I need to do is that with my palm, I need to take his centre before I redirect, or whilst I'm redirecting it, because there's nothing stopping him from trying to lap me while I'm trying to lap his position. So what happens is that as he applies the pressure, I take his centre, so even if he tries to lap me, he's not going to get any power behind his lap. Yes? Now, what's the principle behind this? Now, the structured flow can take pressure from that hand. If he presses on me here, I only have to go into the woo position. You can push as hard as you like, he's not going to break that structure. So I need overwhelming pressure so that I know that he's actually linking to my bridge before I redirect it. Now, the pressure from him, I'm only from the palm, when I execute the bong, it's going in towards his centre. Alright, the fingers are stretching to direct the energy where the actual fingers are going. Now if I change it around, say for instance, I put my hand on here to demonstrate what I mean by where we direct the energy. Now, if I got pressure from here, I don't, you put your hand, say, in a straight position. From this position here, now, the energy is coming to me. How do I get rid of that energy? All I have to do is just push it that way. Yes? When he pushes me here, just take this way. So all you're doing with your bong is actually redirecting energy that's coming in from here and pushing it out the way. But rather than just push it out the way, keep centre on him. So when he pushes the hand, all I have to do is to push the hand away. But rather than push the energy into him or push it laterally, just take it somewhere else. Take it back into him. Yes? So all you're doing with the bong is take it back to him, but take it to one side. Why? Because we want to flank his position. Any questions?